Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including all the latest Cybertruck info, the Cybertruck Delivery event, the Model Y selling faster than any other used EV, and more, so let's get into it. First up today, as the Tesla Model Y is growing its manufacturing capacity for new sales, the Model Y has now become the US's fastest selling used electric vehicle. This info comes via a study from IC Cars that analyzed over 228,000 new and used car sales from July of 2023. The amount of time these cars spent on the market was tracked, and it showed that used vehicles are taking longer to sell right now. Quote, used car prices were initially driven up by a lack of new car inventory. Now there are plenty of new cars on dealer lots, but consumers aren't rushing out to buy them. The new car average time of sale is down by more than 25%, even as used cars are selling 6.1% faster. This shows buyers are continuing to seek value in the used car market, despite a wide range of new car options. The amount of time an EV is on the market has increased to an average of 57.8 days, but right at the top of this list is the Model Y. The Model Y used has an average sale price of $46,067 and remains on the market for 47.6 days on average. After that was the Nissan Leaf at 51.3 days, selling for $20,483 on average, and then the Model 3 in third place at 51.8 days, selling for an average of $35,039. In fourth is the Chevy Bolt. What's pretty impressive here is that even with their higher pricing, the Model S and X make the top 7, putting all of Tesla's vehicles in the top 10 list of fastest selling used EVs. This is not too surprising, but it shows that even in the used market, Teslas are very popular. The exciting thing as well is seeing the average sale price here. This will keep going down over time, making compelling EVs that much more affordable for any customer. Next up today, the latest updates for the Cybertruck, which could be announced for release any day now. We've seen various release candidates being tested out in the wild, shipping from Giga Texas to Fremont and more, but now drone footage has spotted the Cybertruck rounding Tesla's Fremont test track once again. We've seen a truckload of Cybertrucks reach Fremont from Giga Texas, and this test track testing very well could be Tesla doing final validation. This is likely a release candidate produced in the factory actually building this truck for consumer deliveries, and it's building hype for its release nearing. An interesting drone shot also caught Tesla employees covering up a newly produced Cybertruck at Giga Texas. Either there is a particular quirk with the front hood at this point, or they are simply being very careful with this brand new vehicle, because it takes them a little bit of time to close the hood. They then cover it up next to a growing number of covered up Cybertrucks. Inside the factory, a photo of a Cybertruck was also leaked on the general assembly line. This is pretty cool to see and really displays the progress Tesla is making here. At the same time, people are still trying to wrap their heads around the size of this truck, and a great photo was posted on the Tesla Cybertruck Facebook group. Originally, we saw the Cybertruck next to an F-150 in Tesla's own demonstration, but as far as we know, the dimensions of this truck have changed a bit since then. Here we can see a comparison of the Cybertruck lined up right next to a Ford F-250, which looks a good deal larger. The Cybertruck's final dimensions are expected to be a little smaller than an F-150, while providing a bed that is up to 6 inches longer thanks to a smaller front end. Over at Giga Texas, another couple test Cybertrucks were spotted supercharging, but the most exciting photos we got came when the Cybertruck was out in Austin. For the first time in a while, we have confirmation of a new feature, RGB lighting inside the Cybertruck. In these photos, we can clearly see red LED strips around the interior of this truck. We assume that this can be changed, and it's not always going to be red, but obviously we don't know for sure. This is the first time that these have been spotted, and it's definitely a cool thing that'll add to the Cybertruck's unique interior. Also spotted in this same photo is confirmation of Tesla's front-facing camera. We've seen this on the Cybertruck for a while now, but this time we're actually seeing the feed from that camera in use. It's in the normal spot where all cameras go in Tesla software, and it appears this view might have 4 cameras at once, with you choosing front or rear-facing as the main camera. Regarding the final specs, pricing, and delivery timing of the Cybertruck, Elon Musk finally gave a little insight on Twitter. Essentially, his insight is that we have to wait, but he posted a photo of him driving what he calls a production candidate. As many have pointed out, this usually is the term used after they've moved on from release candidate. Quote, just drove the production candidate Cybertruck at Tesla Giga Texas. He expanded on this to add that, quote, I think this is our best product ever. That's definitely exciting to hear, but when asked for an announcement, he simply said, when we are ready to do so, we will. While I think it is our best product ever, it is an extremely difficult difficult product to build. We are in uncharted territory because it is not like anything else. Elon also posted another Cybertruck photo right in front of a Model S Plaid. Some have speculated that the car behind the Cybertruck is the updated Project Highland Model 3, but it's very clearly just a Plaid Model S. If Elon is hinting at anything, it may just be that the Cybertruck has a Plaid launch mode. As far as release timeline, we still don't have a date, but we do know it's coming very soon. We know this for sure because Tesla has now officially launched a referral reward, Cybertruck Delivery Event Invite. They launched this within the app and then sent emails to Tesla customers saying, quote, refer friends and family and earn credits that you can redeem for new awards, including 1 year of premium connectivity or an invitation to attend our upcoming Cybertruck Delivery event in Austin, Texas. Cybertruck Delivery Event Invite redemptions are first come, first served, and are valid for you and one friend. Space is limited. If you miss your chance to claim, check back later. Additional tickets will be released as the event approaches. This invite will run 30,000 referral credits, which at this point equates to 3 Model Y or 3 referrals. It's less if there's a Model S or X because those get 20,000 each. Big thank you to everyone who has used my referral link because I was able to get an invite right away. We still don't know when this event is happening, but I'll definitely be there. This approach is very interesting to see from Tesla, and it's a fun way for them to have excited customers at this delivery event. Now it's confirmed that this event is happening in Austin, but rumor has it that Tesla will be taking a very different approach this time around. According to a very interesting Twitter thread from Spotted Model, quote, they're making about 10 Cybertrucks a day. These are obviously made with a combination of assembly line and hand-built techniques as they should be. As for where these trucks are going, most of these trucks are being put on car carriers to be distributed not to all Tesla stores, but to a few handpicked based on several factors: geography, demand, and visibility. The trucks aren't covered during transport. This helps generate so much free marketing, it's worth the chance of a small rock chip, etc., that can be fixed locally. These trucks are arriving at the designated service centers and are unloading behind closed doors late at night. I find this to be fascinating if true, because it would mean that tons of Tesla service centers may be secretly holding Cybertrucks right now. The reason is because a live-streamed delivery event will take place in Austin, but this one is different. Either during the event or right after, service centers all over the country will simultaneously deliver the 5 or 6 trucks they've been allocated. Reportedly, Tesla will be choosing these first 5 based on certain Tesla rankings, likely having to do with the amount of past investment in the company or other reasons. For now, these are all the same high-end configuration, and potential receivers were already contacted. There's no NDA for now, and they haven't been given a final price. They are expecting it to be around $75,000 though, and they're expecting to be ready for delivery in the next 3 to 5 weeks. As always, this comes via sources, so we won't know for sure until we see this all come to fruition. But this does line up with what Tesla has done in the past. For the Plaid delivery event, they chose a handful of customers for first deliveries, and then delivered them at the event in Fremont. Here, they're taking that to the next level and immediately putting the Cybertruck in customers' hands in different markets. That should lead to plenty of free advertising. When people hear that the Cybertruck is being delivered, it's one thing to hear that and never see one. It's another to hear that and immediately see one roaming around in your area. This might be Tesla's goal here, and they're spreading them all around the country on purpose for this goal. This car is unlike anything else, so it makes a lot of sense that Tesla is taking their time to get this right. Unlike other cars they've delivered in the past, the Cybertruck is competing with a number of fairly compelling electric trucks already available. Getting this release right is going to prove very important, especially since there is plenty of criticism already present just by the looks of this truck. If Tesla delivers it with those looks and then any sort of issues, panel gaps, or less than luxurious driving capabilities, it would be much worse than them just waiting a bit longer to get it right. Since it's so new and has such new manufacturing techniques, it could definitely be easy for them to repeat their past of fit and finish issues on new cars. They're no longer a small automaker trying to do something radical, so there will be much less forgiveness if this truck has any issues, especially since we expect its launch price to be much higher than the originally announced price. According to a leaked email that is supposedly from Elon as well, he's being very particular in this area. We don't know for sure if this email is real, but it says, due to the nature of Cybertruck, which is made of of bright metal with mostly straight edges, any dimensional variation shows up like a sore thumb. All parts for this vehicle, whether internal or from suppliers, need to be designed and built to sub-10 micron accuracy. That means all part dimensions need to be to the third decimal place in millimeters, and tolerances need to be specified in single-digit microns. If Lego and soda cans, which are very low cost, can do this, so can we. Precision predicates perfectionism, Elon. Some have pointed out that these are impossible goals, especially given factors like heat, but either way, if this is a legitimate email, it shows the focus Tesla has on build quality here. Tesla really wants to get everything right here, and it seems very likely that a few customers are prepping for delivery within the next month. I'm super excited for this to finally be happening and can't wait to check out the delivery event once we get a finally confirmed date. That said, the delivery event will be fun, but then I want to do a full review as soon as I can, so if you end up taking Cybertruck Delivery and would be interested, I'd love to check out your Cybertruck no matter how far away from California you are. My email is linked below, and I'd love to hear from you. Next up today, a small piece of Project Highland Model 3 speculation. We've been waiting on this updated Model 3 for some time, and it seems like Tesla may be trying to time this after the Cybertruck launch at this point, but we're unsure. Either way, a new image of the Project Highland Model 3 out in the wild appears to point to a different taillight design than previously expected. This image, taken out in the wild, shows the rear of the Model 3, and might point to a full rear light bar. It's tough to see for sure, but in the original image, there may be a rear light bar extending across, leading to this render from Cybertruck 420 on Twitter. It's tough to see, but may point to a much different design than we've been expecting. I still think Tesla may go in the direction of this render, and that this full light bar may look a little bit too similar to the Polestar, but we'll have to see. Next up today, amid Tesla ramping their vehicle manufacturing all over the world, their production rate has actually decreased in Berlin, according to recent reports. Back in March, they celebrated hitting the factory's goal of rolling out 5,000 builds per week, just 1 year after delivering the first vehicles to customers. From there, we assumed they would maintain that rate or work on increasing it. That's pretty much been the assumption anytime they make an announcement like this. According to a recent report from Business Insider in Germany, though, that rate has since dipped significantly. Translated, quote, Tesla's actual internal production targets are significantly lower. Internal documents from July and August show, for example, the production target of 870 vehicles per day and 4,350 cars per week. So there are 650 fewer cars targeted per week than the original one announced by the US car manufacturer from March. As proof, they include images of Tesla's workflow software. Reportedly, some employees have said this production goal may drop even lower. Tesla did warn recently the production would slow in Q3 due to factories being updated. That involves shutdowns as production lines are shifted to new processes. This report doesn't seem to mention upgrades though, but suggests the existing production lines are slowing down. Whether or not this slowdown is related to factory upgrades though is unclear. If Tesla is diverting employee manpower to new projects, that could also explain it. This could also be deliberate though, in response to a decrease in demand. Higher interest rates have been a challenge for automakers across the industry, and that could be why Tesla is producing less at this moment. If that's the case, it would be a shift in strategy for Tesla, as they've usually opted to decrease prices rather than decrease production. However, if this ends up not being enough, or if things change, we could see price cuts in Germany and its export markets very soon. Last up today, some updates from Rivian. Over at Rivian, they're making a number of changes as they scale up production. The first is a bit of bad news. Rivian is discontinuing their yellow color. For order holders with this configuration on order, they say, quote, we are unable to provide you a delivery window estimate at this time due to the upcoming discontinuation of the Compass Yellow in mid-September. At the same time, Rivian is also discontinuing the 20-inch all-terrain bright wheels and the vegan leather interior on the console. Now, quote, all R1T and R1S models will come standard with natural-grained ashwood interior finishes. These are all Rivian's least popular options, so as much as these are disappointing changes, they are necessary changes for Rivian to scale up for profitability. As for new products in the future, one thing Rivian still hasn't released is their exciting camp kitchen for the R1T gear tunnel. This never released, but Rivian has now filed a patent for a modular kitchen mounting apparatus. This one is radically different than before and could be one that works with the R1T and R1S, separate from a gear tunnel. We'll see if it ever makes it to production. Another interesting thing is how Rivian is encouraging customers to switch their quad-motor orders to dual-motor. Rivian's dual-motor powertrain was designed in-house, and while it delivers less horsepower, it saves them on cost and still brings a great car with great range. For example, on the quad-motor R1S, they quote a 321-mile range. That goes up to 340 miles in the dual-motor or dual-motor performance version. In any case, for a while now, I've had a spec'd out R1S on order. It is the original full adventure package with quad motor at the original lower pricing, and I have just kept it open since I don't really know what I will end up doing in the future with this order. My delivery estimate has been 2024 for a while now, and pricing is locked to $75,500. Having that lower price locked is great, especially since today this configuration would run about $92,000. In any case, Rivian is definitely trying to shift away from quad motor. I received an email that says, your updated delivery estimate is now in your account. The window we have provided is in 2024. However, if you would like to take delivery in 2023, we are offering the option to switch to performance dual motor to get an R1S this year. This opportunity is being offered to a limited number of our earliest pre-order holders on a first-come, first-served basis. Our ability to accelerate delivery timing is a result of our successful dual motor production ramp, which is enabling us to deliver more dual motor vehicles in 2023. We will be prioritizing performance dual motor deliveries this year with dual motor vehicles to follow. There's even a button to switch to performance dual motor within this email. When I click it, it brings me to a configurator that shows me a $500 discount for going down to performance dual motor. New, this is a $3,000 difference, so you're very much paying to get your R1S earlier. It's still cheaper than today's pricing, but seems like a way for Rivian to get you to take a car that they'll lose a bit less on. It's interesting to see, and for now, I'm simply going to hold on to my original quad motor order. But what would you do, and are you in a similar situation? Leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see some of the latest Model 3 Highland leaks and details, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.